All month long, we've been honoring Black History Month with art, music, entertainment, and powerful stories of historic Black figures who made a difference right here in Pittsburgh. And today, we're ending it with some good eats and celebrating Black-owned businesses and vendors. Chef Crystal, tell us a little bit about what you have for us today, because it sure does sound good.
Well, good. I am glad to hear that. So I wanted to showcase some of the products that we carry, people that we partner with. So these are vendors that are Black owned, and there's many more. This is a product that was actually on TV, and they made a business of it, the fish fry. So lots of great items out there, and then of course barbecue sauce, and I love the names on the barbecue sauce.
I'm gonna have to try that fish fry, especially
definitely.
Since Lent is coming up. But what are we making today?
So we're gonna make lemon collard greens, and this is a traditionally African dish. But what I always tell people what I love about food is food brings us together. What I'm doing, I'm gonna add some onions into this. Okay. And then you cook those for a little bit, right? And then I just have a little bit of oil in there. And then once those get nice and translucent and softened down, then I add some tomato to the pan. And then after that cooks for just a little bit, we add in some spices. So this is turmeric and cumin. I'm gonna throw in there. I'm gonna toast that up.
I know they use turmeric in a lot of African dishes.
Turmeric is in a lot of African dishes. You see it all throughout, Africa, all throughout Asia. Then I'm adding some collard greens. So I have some bag collard greens. You can take and clean them up yourself.
Now I know people sometimes they mix their greens. They'll use collard greens, they'll use kale, all sorts of different things.
Definitely.
So I'm assuming you could do the same thing here.
You could do the same thing with any greens. This is a nice one because, like I said, people always think that collards have to cook for an extremely long time, but this dish is maybe a 20-minute dish.
Really?
Yes.
My grandmother cooks collard greens all day.
So yeah, and if you think about it, in a lot of homes they may put vinegar in it, or they put in spices, they put in peppers, or those sorts of things. And so, like I said, depending on where you are in the world, you find the things that are local to you and work.
And what you
so
like,
that's what's exactly it. So it's really good.
And I was going to say, speaking of my grandma, and that's the finished product right there.
That is the finished product.
Good.
Yes.
Speaking of my grandmother, she loves okra. And when I saw you frying this okra, it took me back to being at her house and watching her do that.
I'm glad to hear that. Okra, I like okra. I like it, really like it steamed. It is a great thing, and I wish people would try more things, because your taste buds are always changing.
Yeah.
It's really
true.
good.
I didn't like Brussels sprouts before, and now I do.
And that's exactly it. And then there's shrimp and grits. This is a skillet cornbread. But the thing is I think what's nice to see is that there is a diversity of food across the board. So you could see just about anything. And food is just comfort.
I love easy. Really quickly, tell us a little bit about the shrimp and grits, because that looks delightful.
So shrimp and grits, it is a cheesy grits. So I cook the grits, and this is a long cooking grit, but you take and put water in, and you stir it in, and you let it cook for a while. And I mean, there's lots of Southern sayings. My dad's from Lumpkin. I mean, you have to know how to cook, grits, no matter who you are in the South or what culture. And then I finish it off with cheese and butter, and some people put cream in it, and makes it really nice and creamy. And then the shrimp it's bacon in there, some tomato, a little bit of spice, and then you cook your shrimp quickly because you don't want your shrimp to be tough.
Oh,
so
that's
really,
the key, to
yeah,
cook it
really
quickly.
easy. So
okay.
A couple minutes, your shrimp is done. And then your okra, simple. I mean, I know I cooked it right before we went on air. That has a little buttermilk, some seasoning to it, and then I tossed it in flour and cornmeal and fried it really simply. And then that's nice. That's a great addictive snack to eat.
Addictive.
It is. It's an addictive snack.
Okra can be addictive. Well, thank you so much, Chef Crystal. This all sounds amazing. So I'm looking forward to digging in here.
Yes, definitely.
Especially the greens here. For more on these recipes and to check out the Cooking Corner tab on our website, you can go to PittsburghTodayLive.com.